So the brand new patterns from Villa Rosa just arrived. There are 6 different patterns for June. There are 5 quilts and 1 table topper. And yeah, we're going to review them one at a time. So in this video, you are going to know not only an intro of the 6 different brand new patterns from Villa Rosa for June, but you're also going to know what size the different projects are, what type of fabric you're going to need, the yardage of fabric, and a few little fun tidbits along the way. And if we haven't met yet, hello, I am Emily from Norton House Quilting and the founder of Quilting Your Legacy. And I love all things quilting and all things fabric. So this is going to be a really fun intro video of the brand new patterns from Villa Rosa. Okay, let's jump right into it. So the first pattern is Cat City. Ta-da! And Cat City is 42 inches by 56 inches. You get to make cat blocks over and over again. How fun is that? Now, if the pattern is too small for you, meaning the 42 inches by 56 inches is too small, not a big deal. You can just make more cat blocks to make it whatever size that you wish. And you can use whatever type of fabric that you wish. You could use browns, tans, and like calicos, or you can make them like really fun and like bright color kitty cats. If there's somebody in your life who loves cats, then this is definitely your pattern. Now, to make the different cats, you're going to be doing the flip stitch, which is awesome. So you're going to be having a strip of fabric, and then you're going to be sewing a second strip of fabric on it. So there's not going to be like half square triangles. It's literally doing the flip stitch method to make these adorable kitty cats. So to make this pattern, you are going to need 5 different fat quarters. So those are going to be your kitty cats. Then you're going to need 5/8 of a yard cut for that bottom strip, like where the kitty cats will be sitting on. Then you're going to need 7/8 for the background fabric, a yard for the border. So of course, if you choose that the pattern is too small and you want to add more kitty cats, not a big deal. Just get a little extra for the border. And then for the binding, you're going to need 1/2 of a yard cut for the binding. Next up is Whirlpool. So Whirlpool is 54 inches by 66 inches. And it is using half square triangles. So if we have any half square triangle lovers, this is your time to unite, because you're literally making half square triangles to make the entire quilt. And it's creating this really cool like whirlpool swirl type motion. You are going to need 1/4 of a yard of 9 different dark color fabrics and 1/4 of a yard of 9 different light color fabrics. Plus, you're going to need 5/8 of a yard cut for the binding. After making the half square triangles, the pattern is going to show you how to create that swirl type motion to it. And also on the pattern, it's going to show you how you could make it a little bit longer. And it gives suggested how to position the half squares. So that way you could make it the quilt a little bit longer if you chose to. The third pattern, Taffy. Taffy is 40 inches by 40 inches, and this pattern is going to be so much fun to make. I definitely have it on my to-do list because I feel like this would be an adorable baby quilt. With the pattern, it's almost like making like the light version or a intro version to doing a Bargello quilt. You're going to need 20 different 2.5 inch strips and 3/4 of a yard cut for the binding. After you've cut the strips of fabric out, you'll want to label each of the strips to ensure that you get the placement correct. So get out your sticky notes because you're going to want to make sure that you label them the 1 through 20. So that way when you put the Bargello together, you're not going to miss out on any of the strips lining up correctly. You could even use those fancy pins. I believe it's from Gypsy. Where they have, it's a pin and then they have like the numbers at the very edge of them. I don't have those pins yet, but I definitely look forward to getting them. So if you have them, this would be a really great project to use them on, or I like to use it the old-fashioned way where I'll just grab sticky notes. The next quilt is Pilaf. Pilaf is 54 inches by 70 inches. This is brilliant if you have light and dark fabrics, or you could even create like a really fun scrappy look with the light and dark fabric. You're going to need a total of 16 fat quarters. So you're going to need 8 light fat quarters and 8 dark fat quarters. Because basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making 4 different quilt blocks, pairing the light and dark together. The different blocks are going to be arranging by 6.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then a smaller block is going to be 2 by 5.5 inches. And again, you're pairing the light and the dark fabric together. I love this quilt, especially when to like make it like really fun and scrappy. The next quilt is Heyday. Heyday is going to be 60 inches by 80 inches. This is strip quilting at its finest. So you're going to need 40 different 2.5 inch strips and 1 7/8 of the background fabric. The pattern is using 2.5 inch strips, so you don't need to cut out the 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares, because you're going to be strip piecing them all together. So that'll definitely help make this quilt quicker and easier. And you could really go into whatever colorway you wish, whether that's purples and teals or even greens to browns. And if you want this pattern to be a little bit larger, not a problem, because you can just add more blocks to it. And then last but certainly not least is Cake Day. Cake Day is a table topper. Yay! I love table toppers. It is 14 inches by 50 inches. I love the cake theme to it. What a great way to gift to somebody on their birthday. So not only do they get an amazing like homemade gift from you, but also they can use this every single year. So talk about a Quilting Your Legacy project. This cake would be amazing present for them. All you're going to need is 4 different 2.5 inch strips, 1/8 of a yard of the cake plate, and then 2/3 of a yard of the background fabric. Again, this pattern would be absolutely brilliant for a Quilting Your Legacy project, because you could literally use any type of fabric with it. You could use their favorite colors, you could use birthday balloons, or you could make it at Christmas time. Maybe it's like a Christmas cake, you know? Sky's the limit. Do what you wanna. So anyway, so this is the 6 different patterns that we just reviewed from Villa Rosa, and I cannot wait to see what they come out with next month. And if you love this video, make sure you click and subscribe so that way you never miss out on the next month's Villa Rosa Patterns review. I am your host, Emily, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Happy quilting your legacy. Bye for now.